Hi, I'm Ronnie Panu, Director and Founder of Panu Tax Disputes and Investigations. At Panu Tax, we help our clients to manage and resolve all types of HMRC inquiries, investigations and disputes. Code of Practice 8 involves issues other than suspected serious tax fraud and it's issued by HMRC's Specialist Investigation Unit, which contains their most able and experienced investigators. So if you get Code of Practice 8, care needs to be taken in terms of how you respond, and you should consider getting specialist advice. A Code of Practice 8 investigation is likely to be an in-depth review of your tax affairs, and so if not handled properly, can take some time to resolve. So while Code of Practice 8 is given in cases not involving tax fraud, we have seen in the recent past examples where Code of Practice 8 has initially been given to a client, but because of the way matters have been handled or the way that responses have been provided to HMRC, the tax inspector has felt justified in switching to the more serious Code of Practice 9 investigation. So in those cases, the clients then had to deal with potentially quite serious issue and a serious tax fraud investigation. So early engagement enables your advisor to properly understand the risks, the issues that the inspectors believes that are present in relation to your tax affairs and that justified them issuing you with this Code of Practice in the first place. And so if your advisor better understands those risks from the start, it enables him or her to manage more effectively the information that's going to be requested, to really focus on those risks that have been identified, and to take a more proactive stance right from the start of the inquiry. So you should ensure that your advisor has a detailed understanding of HMRC's legal powers to obtain information and documents from taxpayers and third parties. It's also good practice to ensure that your advisor is reviewing and testing any documents and explanations before they're provided to HMRC. This helps to minimise the risk of any misunderstanding or misinterpretation, which can cause issues further down the line, and also, as I said earlier, minimises the risk of HMRC switching to the more serious Code of Practice 9. It's important in these types of inquiries that your advisor has a clear strategy from the start and a real focus on resolution, because despite everyone's best efforts, and if not handled properly, these inquiries can take some significant time to resolve. Getting HMRC's buy-in and commitment to this strategy or approach from the start, from an early stage, can help to significantly reduce the time and the cost taken to resolve a Code of Practice 8 investigation. So this final stage of the inquiry should see your advisor challenging HMRC's arguments, testing whether their arguments are based on the facts and evidence as presented or they're merely assumptions. Effectively challenging HMRC in this way can have a very significant impact on the final position. So the final stage of any Code of Practice 8 inquiry is usually to negotiate a final settlement. So this is after the documents have been provided and the facts have been established. And it assumes, of course, that there is a liability to pay. Your advisor should also have a detailed understanding of HMRC's powers to assess tax liabilities and also the current and historic penalty regimes. And you should be comfortable that you have an advisor on your side that's capable of effectively negotiating with HMRC to ensure that you get the best possible outcome.